fire.
I want to.
And then we had our album right there.
Oh, we need to start out like sitting how we just were.
Yeah.
Alright.
I'm behind the camera, you too.
This is all you need right here.
Hey,
You're
album
the producer.
You're recording?
Yeah.
Recording right now.
We're going.
He's recording. Alright.
Okay. POP, this is GD right here. And that's all we got.
Who the hell is GD?
We can't tell you that.
I'm gonna crawl up onto the wisdom couch.
Well, anyway, it's all three of us this time. It's not
Yeah.
just me, Twitchy Gaming, and it's full, whatever the hell you want to call this.
Yeah.
This is just want to go over another welcome video intro with everybody in it this time, so it wasn't just me like it was last time. And we're just going to talk about some of the original experiences that got us into gaming, or at least knew it was going to be our major hobby. As you know, I'm George.
Jameson.
I'm Nathan.
So, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the first games we played that kind of got us into the hobby. So, for me personally, it was way back. Now, I played Sega and Nintendo and all that, but I actually didn't really play them. I didn't know then it was going to be my hobby. I was still pretty young. I just did it, kids just trying to be busy and not annoying people in your parents' hair or whatever. But for me, I had to say it was one of the Christmases. I can't remember exactly one year. I want to say like 96. What the hell year did the 64 come out?
It's late
96,
90s,
95, 96.
Came out in 64.
64. Came out in 1964. And 96 or 95, one of those years. And I remember I opened all my gifts. And I didn't get it. And I was still pretty happy because I still got some cool shit. So I mean, I was pretty happy. I'm sitting there, my parents and my sister all staring at me. And I'm like, what the fuck? What's everybody looking at me for? And finally they're like, oh, there's some shit behind you still. They didn't say there's some shit behind me. I was like 6 years old. But so I turn around and sure shit, sit right on a chair like the one I'm sitting on. There sits a square box, and you know how you knew?
You knew.
You back in the day, you knew if it was a game or a console, you knew. And I turned around and I saw it sitting there, and right away I knew. I grabbed it, I opened, I just saw the big N, and I started freaking out. I was like, oh, it was like, I just started freaking. Yeah. I think right then and there was probably when I knew it was going to be a major thing for me. And then Goldeneye, which I know everybody knows, it's one of the most popular shooters of all time, I'd imagine, at this point.
Feature film, Goldeneye. Read your case file, grab your gun and clever gadgets, then control the actions of 007, the world's most famous spy. True 3D movement, motion, and character showcase the game's amazing realism, and different weapons allow you to accomplish your task covertly or not. Play solo or against a friend or foe with a 2-character split screen. Good luck, Bob!
At this point. Then that came out, and I mean, I was just playing that hard. And that kind of, I mean, it was... When I was just sitting up playing, like, all night, that's when I knew.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Because, like, that's what I wanted to do. Like, yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, I went outside, and I skateboarded and bicycled, played sports, whatever.
Me too, yeah.
But when I was like... I want to play some Goldeneye, and I think that's when it sank.
That was
for
like
me.
one of the first games with like a good multiplayer too, right?
Yeah, and that pioneered it all. I mean, you had Duke Nukem and everything back in the day, and Doom, and that stuff was like the PC guys, but we couldn't afford, we couldn't afford that stuff back then. We were still,
Yeah, because it's kind of blasphemy, but I never actually played Goldeneye on the 64.
I don't think either one of you have.
I've played it. I didn't grow up.
You weren't there with it.
Don't get me wrong, I had an N64. I loved it. It had a bunch of games on it, but I never actually played Goldeneye.
And it was a mature-rated title back then, too, and I think that's probably a lot of the reason why a lot of us probably weren't playing it. But, I mean, I got away with it. I don't know how, but I got away with it. And I just remember that being the pinnacle, at least for me anyway, and I just was playing it. And I didn't want to go outside. I didn't want to do this or that. Consider that negative, if you will, but once I started to, like, wanted to be there in front of the TV playing Goldeneye, that's when it all... That's when I knew, and here I am, what... I don't even know, almost 20 years later, and I'm, balls deep in computers and games and you name it.
What would you say, I want to do this for everybody, I think, what are your top 3 games all time?
Oh, man. I think, obviously, it has to be the Halo franchise. I mean, that literally, that just changed everything.
Yeah.
I know you guys know that. You may not pick that, but I know you know. The Halo franchise just changed everything. That was a whole different, I don't even have to say anything, but I think everybody knows. And then I would have to say after that it would probably be the Elder Scrolls series. I mean,
it's a good pick.
I don't have some of the background that you guys do, but like there was never a game RPG style where I started playing it and it just gives you these odd feelings of like tranquility. Awe. And no game did that before. And that was, I think that was my settling point for that. I mean, between Oblivion and Skyrim, and then I tabbed a little bit more on, but nothing like you guys did. I started in the beginning of Oblivion, and then I'm trying to think. I'd have to say, as much as I don't play it anymore, I'd probably have to say World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
I don't touch it like I used to, but I mean, there was a time where I played that game, and I'm sure other people, same issue. I mean, I played that religiously. Like I said, I don't touch it much now. I'm not really hot about it anymore. But I mean, there was a time when that was like a religion, and like there was no doing anything other than playing that game. If I had to do it in man hours, if I had to step back and look at it, man, I mean, WoW changed a whole bunch of things for me personally, and that's. I'd have to say that's hard to pick because I could probably sit down and micromanage all day. Oh shit, but those three things, between the hours I put in and the things they've changed for me, I'd have to say those three franchises / games.
Okay. Like the first game,
you.
Okay. Well, I want to start off with the first game I ever played when I was younger. This is kind of what started it. Was my dad came home with a Nintendo, just the regular ass Nintendo.
Okay.
Came home with the Mario. But it came with the Duck Hunt, like the split, the split cartridge. You know
I'm going to stop you right there because that's my exact same first game experience. Exactly Nintendo, Mario, and Duck Hunt.
Yep.
Those the dual combo and NES was my first game I ever owned ever.
Dad came back with it. I was fucking, I don't know, I was young. I don't remember, and I didn't know shit about it. I didn't know what a video game was, and he's like, "Here, try this shit out." And so he gave me the gun. Duck Hunt was truly the first game I ever played.
Yep.
He's like, "Here," and he handed it to me, and as a kid, my first instinct was I took the gun and I ran right up to the TV.
Right up to the TV. You don't got to do that.
And, and I'm going to attribute this to my the way I am with games and how I like them competitive. I ran up to the TV and I'm like basically cheating,
Yeah.
And he's like, no, he didn't want me to do that. And I like that. I'm glad he stopped me.
Right.
Because,
that's, it's bullshit.
Yeah, he's
right.
What the fuck? No.
Right.
Get back to the couch, play it like a man. I'm like,
fight like a man.
And I did, and you know what? That type of attitude has stuck with me with a lot of games. So that was my first game.
Okay.
I love that he did that. I love that I played that.
Okay.
When I finally realized that I was going to be playing games, probably for a lot of my time, was when I got my first PlayStation. It was some Christmas, I don't remember. It had already been out. Okay. I was late to the scene. It had already been out. This is the PlayStation 1, the small one.
Yeah, I remember.
That's when I showed up.
Okay.
So, and I had played it at my friend's house. All my buddies were like, "Oh, come check out Medal of Honor and Tony Hawk."
Yep.
I'm like, "Yeah." And I finally got it for Christmas one day. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, Medal of Honor.
Oh, hell yeah.
Those are the two games.
Absolutely.
Rennt euer Leben. Hat eine Panzerfaust. Run for your lives. He has a bazooka.
Electronic Arts and DreamWorks Interactive present Medal of Honor.
Absolutely.
I just went back. I was like, fuck all these other presents.
Yeah.
And I went back to my room, plugged that shit in, and I played all day in my pajamas.
Yeah.
And I played all day. I loved it, and that's probably about where it stuck with me.
Okay.
And from there on out, and then I got the PlayStation 2, and then I got the Xbox, and so on.
It's downhill.
It's downhill from there.
Yeah.
Once you have that first one, it's like you just can't stop.
And that's all I did. That's all I did. I had a PC as well at that age, but it wasn't like a powerhouse.
Oh yeah, gaming PCs were not a thing
for
kids back then.
It worked. It ran, and that's what's going to lead me into my next part, which is my top 3 games that I really
Okay,
do.
let's hear it.
All right, we got your top 3.
First of all time, a buddy brought this over to my house. Well, when I used to do all my sleepovers as a kid, he brought over a game called Legend of Dragoon.
Aha! That's what I was trying to come up with earlier.
And it's just an RPG. It's a regular ass RPG. If you go back and if you look this up, it's a fantastic game.
It's one of the old SquareSoft titles, right? Like
I don't remember.
Yeah,
I think so. I think it is. I think it is. Yeah, he just plays the game.
I just play the game, and I played Legend. He brought it over, and he's like, yeah, and he's playing his save, and I was like, this is fucking awesome. And he's like, I'll let you borrow it. I'm like, yes.
those are the best words you can hear as a kid. He's like,
can I borrow that?
Can I borrow it? Yeah.
Yeah, we used to trade games constantly. Anyway, so he let me borrow it for like a week or two. I don't fucking remember. I played it. I loved it. I had my mom go get it like the day after
Nice.
that I got rid of it because he had to take it back.
Nice.
And I played so much of that game, so many new games. Just and then you I mean you can do different shit. I mean that's not a big deal, but I would just kept doing new games and just playing over just because I loved the game.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I played the shit out of that as a kid. So that's definitely number one. Legendary games.
Legendary is number one.
Number two would be the Diablo series.
Yep.
Mainly Diablo 1 and 2.
Yep.
So obviously 3 wasn't out then, but
Right,
1 and 2 had already been out, and I had gotten into it. And I remember this story, how I got my mom to buy it, because that was a hectic title back then. That was.
Oh yeah, that was hard.
That was
and gaming
satanic
was looked
shit
down
everywhere.
upon.
Yeah,
Then, yeah.
Gore, satanic shit. All
Yeah.
sorts
It's
of
literally titled The Devil.
Yeah.
I remember going to Walmart, and when you went to Walmart that age, you were like, I'm gonna go to the game section.
Oh hell, you booked.
And you looked at everything, and your mom and dad or wherever the fuck they are.
Those glass cases
The
shielding
glass
you.
case. I'm looking up at them like, oh.
Yeah.
So anyway, I walk up. I actually didn't even know what Diablo was.
Okay.
I saw it, and I was like,
This looks awesome.
I want to
Yeah.
play that. My mom comes over, and I'm like, I want this one. And she's like, I don't know, that looks kind of, because the fucking Satan's on the front.
He's a big ass devil.
Somehow, and I played Age of Empires a lot at that time. Somehow I managed to convince her. I said, no, look at the back. And there's a picture of one of the warriors in the town just walking, and he's standing next to some buildings. And I said, no, look, it's just like Age of Empires.
Oh, you little bastard!
And she stood there for me. She's like, okay. And she bought this M-rated title Diablo for me.
That's
or
great.
T, whatever. I'm pretty sure it was M.
Yeah, it was M back then.
Took that home. Addicted ever since. I got Diablo 1, 2, the expansion. I play the shit out of 3 nowadays. Fantastic.
That's
That's number 2.
2.
Number 3. What's number 3? Hold on, I had
That's
it. in
number
my
3.
head.
Oh no.
No, I had it.
It's okay.
We cut out blank.
Dark Souls. It was Dark Souls. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Dark
absolutely.
Souls
I didn't think about
definitely
that. Yeah. Okay.
That's obviously still kind of recent. I didn't even play that right off the bat either. I didn't play.
I remember.
I didn't play Demon Souls unfortunately because I wasn't a big PlayStation. I wasn't a big Sony head. I was more into Microsoft, Xbox.
Yep.
And I showed up a little late to the party. Demon Souls had already been out. Dark Souls also had already been out.
Yeah.
And I finally wanted. I forget why I even tried it to be honest. I got it from GameFly one day. Actually,
Oh my god, it's going back.
Jesus.
And how that worked was I got it from GameFly, played it for like 5 minutes, like, it's gay. I sent it back. I never touched it.
I remember this.
I didn't touch it for like another year.
Yep.
And I forget where I got it again, but I got it somewhere. Where did I get it?
I think you're a lady.
You think so?
I think she was playing it and
I
you were
think
like,
you're
let me see this shit. And then, yeah, you loved it. You fell in love after
I
that.
fell in love with it.
Yeah.
And I just kept playing, and so now, all the way up till today,
And we got a third one coming out here in a couple
third
months.
one's coming out. Fucking stoked.
It's crazy.
And that's it. Those are my top 3. That's how I got into gaming, and that's my story.
There we go. Well, now we get to move on to, you guessed it.
Yeah, Captain
Here,
Blue Hair.
the man who puts the word I'm looking for, everything into the videos and the editing and the producing. So
Well, all we do is sit around and talk.
yeah, we sit around and talk. He's the one who makes this shit look good. So let's let him talk now. What do you got?
Well, my intro to gaming was pretty much, like I said, copy for copy what Jameson said. You know, my first console ever was Nintendo. The shooter, Duck Hunt, and Super Mario. I played that. I actually remember the first time that I got it, because the same day I got it, my father had a bedsped thrown at his head by another man down a set of stairs.
That sounds about right.
He got a concussion and had to go to the hospital. I would not leave the fucking Nintendo.
No, that's 100% accurate.
My dad went to the hospitals, and I stayed and played Nintendo.
Yeah, it's 100% accurate.
But if I had to pick an experience that locked me into games, because when I was a kid, I actually didn't, like, despite having a Nintendo, I didn't actually play that many games, because they didn't pique my interest very much, because I was more into, like books and reading and, like, movies and stuff, stories. I cared about learning about stories and worlds and all those other things before I realized that those were part of games, because little side-scrollers and shit like that, they're not worlds, they're just things you do.
Games are everything.
Yeah, so I played them and had fun with them a little bit, but I put them on the back burner for everything else. And then, I remember real specifically, I had a babysitter, because my mom worked 47 jobs, and I had to go home from school every day to the babysitter's house, and the babysitter...
Was she hot?
No. Oh, no, the woman looked like the Trunchbull had sex with Chester the Cheeto.
No Cheetos! There's nothing about no damn Cheetos while we're sitting.
Alright.
Alright, go ahead.
But anyway, I would walk to this babysitter's house, and my sister, she came with me, but she was too young to know anything.
Damn.
But
siblings.
Yeah, the thing that I remember most about this babysitter was she had a computer, and I did not have a computer at home. My mom didn't believe in computers. She thought
my dad was the same way.
they were the devil worship or some other bullshit at home.
Yep.
But she had this computer, and there were 2 things I could do at this babysitter's house. Was watch the movie Hook, because she owned 3 VHSs.
Yes!
Yeah.
Yes.
And I would basically throw that on just to fade out the
background
world.
noise.
And she had this computer, And on the computer, I remember specifically there was a game called Tonka Construction.
Yeah. Yes!
Where all you do was it's the same game every goddamn time, but you play it over and over again just because it's something to do and it's monotonous, but you clear out roads and shit and there's boulders that fall, you gotta clear them out. Save the townspeople, Jameson. But there was that game, and then there was the one, and this is what actually hooked me into video games, and it's a game I will love until the dawn of time, and you may even see us play it later in a video at some point, but it was a game called Loom.
Son of Signa, it is the dawn of your 17th year. The elders await you in the sanctuary.
I've never known them to weave such a bright messenger nymph. I wonder why the elders want to see me.
Oh,
now,
yeah.
If you know anything about George Lucas, he actually had started a gaming side of his company called LucasArts a long time ago, and they had produced these story-driven games, which I didn't know were a thing, but this first game that came out, it was called Loom, and it was kind of a dumb premise, really, and I didn't understand how dumb when I was a kid, but the thing that got me hooked was that it was a story experience, and that's my personal favorite when it comes to video games, is games where I can follow the story. Honestly, sometimes I would choose to just not even play the game as opposed to watch all the cutscenes or watch someone else play it, because I love the characters that are created. I mean, and it's come a long way since Loom, but Loom had me hooked because it was this crazy-ass story about this guy's the last of his guild, and he has to go through and figure out what happened to his mom and save the world from destruction. He's just some dude. He woke up one day, all of his fucking village is like gone and destroyed.
Just like Jameson.
Yeah.
And it's great. You wield spells on a magic staff that you use musical notes to cast.
That's what was interesting.
Yeah,
was
if you play the game on the hardest difficulty, it doesn't tell you what musical notes you have. It doesn't tell you where they are or what sounds are. You have to use your ear to figure out the notes.
That's crazy.
And boy, that fucked with me as a kid. But yeah, that playing through that story and getting to the end, that's what locked me into gaming. And since then, I never looked back because it was just one narrative game after the other. Which is funny too because I didn't even own a PC. I just broadened my horizons. Yeah.
All right. Gotcha. Trunchbull Hill hooking you up. Yep. So now you got to pick your three franchise or game. Well, I think that's fair.
Leading off of that, what those brought me into are the first style of games I played immediately after that, or the Final Fantasy series from Square Enix, and I am a big Squarehead. I will.
Yeah, you are.
You will hear that.
Yeah.
You've been blockhead.
I love all of the Square Enix games. Specifically, my favorite series of all time will always be Kingdom Hearts.
Yep.
It's basically like Disney fucked Square Enix and they had this love child. Because you get to interact with all your Disney characters. And again, I love stories and Disney are the master of stories. So it makes the two best of both worlds on that one. The Halo franchise, which is another one of my major gaming experiences, because it brought me to the world of multiplayer, and that's where I
that's exactly what it is.
I met people like this fucking Jamoke here because we would always link up our Xboxes, and that wasn't a thing before. And then when you got Halo, you would link these Xboxes together, and you could kill each other.
Yeah,
and it would be okay.
I love killing him,
and you don't go to jail for it.
Well, I had to. I like to actually take this time to thank him because I worked on my rage issues early as a child.
I never got to. I'm still raging.
Because no matter what the fucking game was, if the multiplayer aspect was again, because he was such a competitive head, he would always win, no matter what. Like you could tie his hands behind his back, he'd control it with his fucking tongue,
and he'd still win.
And he would still whoop your ass. So I got my ass beat all the time. Didn't stop me from playing because you're hanging out with your friends, having a good time.
Fuck yeah.
But Halo was the pinnacle for that for me because it opened your eyes.
Blew open
the
multiplayer, the friendship. It blew open all sorts of shit.
And now, the next one. This is a lesser.
So this your last one?
Yeah,
three.
Yeah, Kingdom Hearts.
Okay.
The last one is like less of a major title and more of an experience growing up as a kid, but I still consider it one of my favorites. There was a PC web game that I played. You didn't even need that great of a computer to play. It was called RuneScape. I played God knows how many hours. It's kind of like an MMO without being an MMO.
I played a bit with you back then.
Yeah. I got a bunch of my friends into it, but RuneScape was this like it's almost like a Skyrim style thing. You have stats you build, you have all these different things you can make, but you travel around different worlds. You just explore. It's like the pinnacle of exploration, but it was a web game. And I think that will always remain one of my favorite games this day because
there's a lot of memories there.
Yeah,
a lot of memories there.
I was one of the first 100 people in the world to become a member of the Heroes Guild.
Really?
No shit.
I mean, that was it. That
was it. We finished talking about all the bullshit, right? We got everything out.
They know it's a little better now.
A little bit better. They know me a lot better.
Yeah.
We're gonna work on Jameson, but like I said, thanks for.
He's also gonna magically have changed clothes.
No, that's part of his repertoire. Y'all don't know. You know now though.
Now you know.
But anyway, I think we told you in the last video we have Instagram, YouTube.
Yep.
Well, YouTube's our main thing. Instagram, YouTube, Facebook page, and then this crazy bastard here runs a Twitter account.
Yeah.
You can try. He answers. He does the best he can.
I'm still new.
He's still new at it. We don't know what the hell we're doing.
Social media.
We don't know what the hell we're doing.
Yeah.
But
we just want to say thanks for tuning in. All that good stuff.
Thank you guys, and hopefully we'll be able to get as much footage as we can rolling out instead of this half-ass once every 3/4 moons and shit we've been doing recently. Like I said, we'll his hair's still blue, and we'll try to see how long it stays blue for, huh?
Don't look at me like that. No.
Peace! Alright, that's not what I was getting. That was good. I saw you doing it. I'm like...